Welcome back! We're back with my 1980 C3 Corvette. I got so much progress to make on the interior, primarily like finishing off where I left off last week. So I've got these plastic panels that I glued. These guys. I did a lot of JB Weld on the inside. I'll probably try to like sand this down a little bit, and then I'm gonna paint these. I've got other panels to paint. The interior pieces take a lot longer than you'd imagine. I remember when I was working on my Mustang, it took me like probably a month or more to finish everything. So anyways, let's get to it. If you missed any videos in this 1980 C3 Corvette project, I'll link them here. While you're here, please like and subscribe so you won't miss any fantastic, exciting videos about my Corvette. Let's go. So before I can do any painting, I'm gonna have to clean these pieces. Now I'm going to gently sand down these areas and see if I don't ruin these. With all the plastic pieces and the vinyl pieces and the fiberglass pieces cleaned up and dry, I'm going to paint them. I got a couple options here. I've always enjoyed this one. Vinyl and fabric paint. Some people say that this is pointless. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I really like it. The plastic adhesive promoter. There's also this Rust-Oleum. It's not bad either. It's kind of nerve-wracking painting these pieces, especially the headliner pieces that I'm doing, because the headliner pieces are actually like fiberglass, and it seems to be that they're wrapped in vinyl. So I was even nervous washing them, thinking that the water was gonna somehow seep in between the vinyl and the fiberglass and just completely ruin the panels, and they are so expensive. And I'm sure the replacement ones are just pieces of junk plastic. So I'm doing the best I can. It really isn't the most intense job, these panels. Like the hardest one I ever did was my Mustang. We need to sort our screws out now. Never say that you'll remember where the screws go, because you never, ever, ever will remember where the screws go. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these long guys. When I took apart my interior in my Mustang, I labeled everything. Every single thing went in a bag, nice and labeled, and putting it back together was a breeze. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. I thought I could just piece it together, and sure enough, don't judge me. A screw is a screw and a hole is a hole. Where they all go, no one knows. I certainly don't know. Okay, yes, I'm painting my screws. Yes, I could have taken a wire wheel and cleaned them all up, but I chose to paint them. And I also, I'm sure you noticed, and I'm sure you're gonna comment, I also chose not to wear a mask. Crucify me in the comments if you will, but it just wasn't gonna happen. Just, for whatever reason, just slipped my mind. I was holding my breath though. This is the metal, kind of like a frame that holds the center armrest. So it goes over the e-brake, and then an armrest goes over it, and then it connects to a million different pieces. So the original center console piece is covered in carpet. I don't know if that's how it came or if someone added it, but I bought a new one because I just thought it looked like junk. I'm not about to peel off this carpet and try to salvage the plastic underneath. So this is the new one. Shiny. Shiny. Yeah. This thing screws into this. Like that. I don't remember how many coats I used. I just kind of keep coating it until it looks nice and black. These internal pieces, this cheap wood, it's not even real wood, but you know, I spent $30 on these things because the panels that came in the car, they were warped and they were like cardboard. I wasn't going to use cardboard, and they also smelled like rat turd. So figuring out how these pieces go, then I'm going to grab my center console piece that I just covered, and between the center console piece and the like front end area is the center console that the stick shift slips through. I'm not babbling. This is all stuff that makes sense. I just don't have the right words to articulate what I am talking about. So you can see for yourself what I'm doing. This piece right here, that's the one that I butchered last week when I was trying to cut the hole bigger for my stick shift. That thing was $80. $80 on a piece of plastic. It kills me. Buying interior stuff, it's the least fun stuff. It doesn't make the car go faster. It's usually way cheaper than the OEM. But for the look that I'm going for, which is like a mix of modern and a mix of original stuff, I gotta do it. I gotta spend the money. So $80 on this, $30 on some cheap wooden fake wood panels. It must be done. The annoying part is it just doesn't seem to fit together properly. And my whole dashboard is brand new. I spent like $600 on that entire new dashboard. That was one of the most painful purchases of the entire project. Now, originally when I covered these cheap fake wood pieces with carpet, I used the glorious 3M spray adhesive. I put a lot on it and I let it dry, and it just it stuck like crap. It didn't work at all. So I'm going back to my handy dandy tried and true weather stripping glue. I love this stuff. I was too lazy to go to the auto parts store. Not even too lazy, I just didn't have time. So I ordered what I thought was a gigantic tube on Amazon. And the tube is the size of a lip gloss container. So it barely got me to cover even one of these. But luckily I had some left over so I could continue the job. Because that's all I want to do, is I just want to continue the job and make progress. One thing that I realized as I was fitting everything together and see where everything goes is that I do have to paint these cheap fake wood pieces black, because I do feel like they're going to reveal themselves. and I'm going to do all this work, and you're going to be able to see the cheap fake wood. So I take out some more spray paint. I pull up my big girl pants, and I spray the last of my can. I guess I shoot the last of my load onto these fake wood panel pieces. And then while I'm at it, let's give all the pieces another coat. Okay, so these are all the plastic pieces, vinyl pieces, what have you not, that are still drying. So I'm going to take a pause, let that properly dry before I do anything with it. Yes, I painted my screws. I don't care what anyone says. I wanted to, and I did it, and it's done. It looks terrible, but trust me, the other side is properly glued. Gotta smash it down. So this is how it's going to kind of get a little bit frustrating, trying to fit all these pieces together. So there's the first things that have to go in are those long panels that I just put glue on. So those are going first. There's 3 holes that they bolt down to. One somewhere here and somewhere back here or here. So once those are down, the next piece that goes on is that center console piece that I still have to order a boot for, and that hooks screws into here, here, and then back here, right here, and then this rubber center console screws into it, and the rubber center console screws into this back here. I'll just leave that sitting for now. Ugh. But it's just a lot of like little pieces that have to go in. What else do I have? I've got my once the plastic is dry over there, I'll be bolting it all back up. So I'll be putting that centerpiece there, the 2 sides, putting my headliner trim back there, the pillars. I did order these door handle bezels today on eBay. What else? I've got the door seals to put on that are brand new, and haven't given up on that seat yet. I ordered a slider bar for it. So I didn't realize that, you can order slider bars for the ding seat. So that should solve everything. Once I can adjust it forward and back, it's going to be fine. And once I have proven that it is fine, I will order the passenger side once it's in. And the back is pretty much completely done. So yeah, I need a new dome light too. And a boot. I need a boot so bad. But it's not the end of the world. I'll probably just end up making one. I have to go and buy some leather and take out my sewing machine. So that's the progress. Oh, and then this is going to be open. So until I put a stereo in it, I'll probably get just a plastic plate. I've got plastic in my garage. So I'll cut that out and put that in there as well. Yeah, let's progress. Time to add some more horsepower. It was a lot of little pieces. Painting, arts and crafts, and glue. Same old, you know, car restoration stuff. I think the most difficult part of the entire process is how many times I get up and down off the floor. It's so annoying. I'm so annoyed with myself. But actually, I did make a lot of progress. I painted all my interior pieces, so once they dry, I can start installing them. I figured out how that whole center console piece is going to go back together. I think it's going to be so dramatically difficult to put it back together, and I definitely need to get those long self-tapping screws that I keep telling myself I'm going to buy, and I also have to buy a boot and a sheet of plastic. A sheet of plastic to cover that center console part where there's no CD player, I don't know, whatever, music player yet, and then a boot for the Das Boot. So, I'm getting close. I do have an exciting project coming up after I'm done with the interior. I'm going to fix my headlights. I'm going to do this headlight conversion kit thing. I actually still have to buy the headlights for this, but I have the mechanics of it. It's gonna be a lot of fun because it's a lot of like working blindly between where the hood raises and the front nose is. I think it's gonna be a blast. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a happy weekend. And it's October, yay, one of my favorite months. So I get to start decorating for Halloween, which that's what I'm gonna do right now.